That's right, y'all. Do not change that dial. Do not change that YouTube channel. It's Wildcard Mar. It's Randy Weber. It's Taco Tuesday. Yes, we're back in full effect. Hey, we got a lot to talk about, So we are not going to delay the inevitable. Let's talk some sports, y'all. We got a lot to talk about. So with that being said, hey, it's episode 496, I.O.W Sports Show Late Night Owl Edition. Let's get to it.
Yeah, Solid Hill TDS, what's up? Yeah, come on. I.O.W Sports Network, Late Night Edition. Let's go. Come on.
We about to raise the bar. Wild card Mar. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card Mar. We about to raise the bar. Wild card Mar. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card Mar. Hey. L Boogie with the hot flame, ashtray full of top names, little tree for your membrane. This the 9-hour time frame. I just snatched up a 6-pack, got my hands on a lid pack, whipping up a little batch of snacks. Yeah, man, I think I'm all set. Late night, can't sleep. Go ahead and just tap in. Better grab you a cold one, and we about to get some laps in. Wild card on the microphone, he'll hit you with a couple flurries. Y'all need to just strap in for some entertainment sports commentary. About to raise the bar. Wild card Mar. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card Mar. We about to raise the bar. Wild card Mar.
Yes, sir. What it do? Your man Wildcard Mar back in the building. Randy Weber back in the building. It's Taco Tuesday, and we gonna talk sports, baby. What's good with you, man? How you doing, Randy?
Doing good. It's been a minute. It's been a minute since we've been able to chop it up.
Yes. And hey, folks, I do apologize for the sporadic time of content that me and Randy have been dropping. Is not up to his fault. My occupation outside of I.O.W has been taking a toll on me physically, emotionally, all that. Just because the holiday season, hey, it's busy. All right, so and then it was caught ill last week. During my last Chiefs podcast last week, it came on me halfway through that show, and then I was like, and I was like, yeah, I ain't gonna make the night show. So
it's all good. It's all good. I had to cancel a few times too. Like it's life happens. It's all good.
Yeah, life happens. Hey, what's going on? Francis Batista 1504. All right. Hopefully you're not a bot. I'm kidding. Yes, please sub. Like, share, subscribe, hit that bell notification, spread the word what we got going on over here at I.O.W Sports. But yeah, man. Look, I'm not gonna look. We got some catching up to do. I know Randy, you're not big into college football as I am. I just gotta say this. As much time as we've been off, that's how much time they've been having between this first and second round in this college football playoff. What the hell? For me, it's taking too long to get through this playoff. And I love bowl games. The Pop-Tart Bowl, for some reason, has become my favorite bowl. They got the mascots going in the toaster, and they got a big Pop-Tart for the team to eat on as they win the game. And it's coming to spectacle, and it's funny. It's dope to look at. But when I thought they were going to give us the college football playoff, I thought they were like, all right, let's get through it and get to this championship round. They not even to the damn semifinal. They are just now getting to the second round. All right. So
yeah. No, I know. Yeah, I felt like I would have heard more about it. Like I would have felt like we would have been in the championship game by now. Knew that it started, but okay.
No, they're just now getting to the second round, and those games don't take place. Well, one of them takes place tomorrow, and then the others are on Thursday. So they're not even so they're not even to a semifinal. But regardless, No, I just think it's taking too long to get through the college football playoff. I kind of said it on a Chief podcast earlier this day. I'm like, it's taking too long. I don't like it. I thought we were going to get like, all right, well, just for me, after you play, a game, a week later, you should be into another round. That's all I thought. They took a whole week off in well, almost 2 weeks now. So between that James Madison beat down and Tulane beat down, and hey man, that's what happens when you put some Davids and think they're going to take down a Goliath, and they really are just a David. And then
I was just I bet they wish that they had put in was it Penn State, Notre Dame, which was the one that was bugging out.
Yeah, definitely Notre Dame. Yeah, they bugged out so much that they didn't even accept they didn't even go to an actual bowl game. They didn't even care to do that. So
I bet they wish they had them in after all.
And see, that's the crazy thing, because I would love for it to be a situation where we can get a Boise State takedown to Oklahoma. I would love that. But realistic, especially in the NIL, atmosphere of college sports, man. If you got the most money, more than likely you're going to get the pretty much picky at the cream of the crop, and if you want to, especially when it comes to college football and basketball. But I don't know, man. I just think that you open that door for the bug to smack the windshield when he got James Madison in Tulane. You open up that box, but I guess you're hoping you're going to get the Boise State taking out Oklahoma, rare blue moon, David takedown Goliath moment, and it just didn't happen this year. It did not happen this year. I'm gonna lean kind of more on you on this subject because I've been kind of in and out, and I'm not gonna lie. What's been happening in the NBA? Kind of some of the things that I really been seeing. Obviously, no surprise, another Draymond scuffle with his own teammates or coaches. He walks out of the huddle with Steve Kerr. I'm not gonna put a lot of stock into it just because I'm like, well, that's the behavior you allow with Draymond Green, so I'm not surprised that happened. Right. And I get emotions happen, but he probably got to a point where Steve Kerr probably got sick of it. It was like, hey man, you can either get the hell out of here then. Bye.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, we'll see what the Warriors look like going forward. That dynasty has been being picked at year after year. For Clay goes, they bring in Jimmy Butler. Draymond's pretty old. Draymond and Steph are both pretty old. So I don't know. We'll see if this becomes anything.
Yeah. I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna blow it out of proportion. I wasn't shocked that it happened. Mm-hmm. But I also kind of think it's not a good look when Draymond's supposed to be one of the leaders of the team, and he's one getting told to go take a shower and not even finish the game. That's not a good look, optics wise, for him. Yeah. I don't know how much he cares. I don't think he really cares.
Yeah, I don't know what he cares about at this point. He might just care about his podcast.
Well, because I think we're just going to get the same general, same old from them, or we probably already did. Where, oh yeah, we'll figure it out. It's just a moment, blase, and we'll just keep it pushing. But to me, it's like another Draymond incident. And look, I'm not trying to target the guy. It's just that some Tigers just don't change their stripes. All right, and that's just been part of his Golden State career. Is he's going to be the emotional guy, and sometimes it can, feel over too much. And I think that was just a moment where it just, probably not their best moment, but I don't know. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I would be, if I was a Warriors fan, I'd be more forgiving if they were in the middle of their championship dynasty run, where you knew we were fighting like, it's just par for the course. We'll be in the finals in June anyway, but that's not them.
No, that's not them. It's yeah, no, I mean like that's what I'm saying. Like it's on its last legs. I mean, they are in the West. They're the 8th seed right now. Like they're barely over 500. So yeah, this is a lot harder to forgive in that situation. I mean, I don't know. The Warriors, the Warriors are one of those teams where because of the people that are on it, you kind of wonder like, well, like when is this over, right? Like they keep making the playoffs. Like Steph, at his age, still looks ridiculous. Like Draymond's doing his thing. He was a candidate for DPOY last year. Like they're still getting it done, but you always wonder when that's going to be over, and if there's problems with Steve Kerr and Draymond Green, maybe that might get pushed a little faster than we would have thought. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's kind of hard to defend Draymond now that he's not doing as much winning for you anymore.
Oh, not just him. I just think that their window's been closed on championship, if you ask me, for Golden State. And it's kind of like at one point, yeah, the same, recipe that used to help us win championships. Now I kind of feel like, I don't want to say it's a distraction, but it doesn't carry the same weight. It looks more like a distraction because of the fact that our championship window is closed. I don't know how you feel about it. If you kind of feel that same way about it.
I do. Yeah, the core of Steph, Jimmy Butler, and Draymond is enough to get in the playoffs and maybe win a playoff series, but I don't see them as a series threat to win titles anymore.
Yeah.
It feels like the main reason Steph and Draymond are still on the team is just because of how much they mean to Golden State, more so than I think this is a formula for us to win championships. I like they didn't want to get rid of Clay. Clay was shooting them out of games. Like Clay was shooting tour dates in his last year and a half there, and they still didn't want to get rid of him because it's like it felt kind of like the Harlem Globetrotters in a way, where it's like this is just it's the legacy act. You love them. We know the fans come to see them. They're buying their merch. They're buying the tickets to see them. We're okay recognizing this is a playoff but not championship team because everybody loves them and everyone wants them here. And then they finally moved Clay, and I don't know what they do in order to get themselves to be a championship team. I don't know how many more years. I mean, the timeline for how long players are supposed to be good is, LeBron, Steph, and KD have all heavily pushed that. So we don't really know if Steph has a window to be on a title team anymore, or Draymond has a window to be on a title team anymore, even if they were to get a better overall roster around them. I don't know how much trade value either of them would have because they're almost 40, but it feels like it's just like we're going to put this on for you guys until these guys retire, and then we'll start worrying about it. That's kind of what it feels like. Like, we know that you want to come and see the Golden State guys. We're not going to blow up the team because more for the fans and the legacy than anything else, the Steph, Draymond, Steve Kerr unit. And then when it's time, it's time. And then that's when we're going to enter in a new era of Golden State.
Yeah. I thought that they would have been blown up this situation a minute ago after that last championship. They beat Boston. Mm-hmm. I thought that was the perfect time to do it.
Yeah.
I get the loyalty and the nostalgic respect for everybody that did. I think they held on to Clay a little bit too long, but they gave it the benefit of the doubt. Hey, man, you've been part of this, championship thing. We kind of had you back through, your ups and downs, injuries, whatever. I get it. But I thought they held on a little bit for him too long. I was actually shocked that they gave Draymond the extension.
Yeah.
Because you talking about trade value, I don't think he has any.
Right.
I just think he's been just the perfect glorified support role, do it all guy for Golden State, and I think it only works in Golden State. I don't know. I don't think it works anywhere else.
Well, I think he would be a really good defender in another place. My issue is one, his age,
Yeah.
and I mean, you're getting basically no offensive value, but that's true about a lot of the best defenders, aside from like passing and stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's one, it's the age, and two, it's what he does to the locker room. It's like you have the balance of him and Steph in Golden State. Steve Kerr usually knows how to work with him, and so I think that kind of stuff really only works in Golden State. I think he'd be a very good player somewhere else, but like for what, a year, 2 years? Like what would be the point of that? You know, like he's gonna retire a Warrior. There's no reason for anyone to pick him up.
He says when the Hawks move on from Trae Young, hear me out. 3 teams: Dallas, Heat, Magic. The Magic only makes sense if they feel that Desmond Bain wasn't just the only answer to help explode their offense. If that's how they feel, and I can see them going after Trae Young. But what do you give up? Because I don't think you kind of, unless you really don't feel like what you put together is going to be something that can get you to the East, at least the Eastern Conference Finals. I don't know. Heat makes sense, obviously, because Trae Young does have a little star quality to him. I'm not a big Tyler Hero fan. I wouldn't mind swapping that out if I'm a Heat fan. Trae Young for Tyler Hero, I'm not mad at that.
It feels like about an even.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Dallas. I don't like that is because at some point there is a guy named Kyrie Irving that does come back, and I don't need Trae Young if I got Kyrie Irving. That's just me.
I feel like I've always said that I think that Trae Young has to be the second best player on a team if that team is going to do anything. I don't think he can be your star. I don't think he can be the team, and he's basically been that for the Hawks more or less. Jalen Johnson has blown up over there and become a star. Dyson Daniels has been one of the best defenders in the NBA, but like the team still heavily revolves around him. He's too inefficient from basically everywhere. He's a negative defender, so like he's got to be the facilitator that gets it to your star player. I think is his best role. If you were to go to somewhere like Dallas, he could do that. I know that Kyrie is better than Trae Young, and I know that Kyrie is also there when he comes back. Kyrie can be a shooting guard. He doesn't have to be a point guard, and they have really missed a point guard there. That's why they've tried to force Cooper Flag into that role. I could see it. Like he would be a supporter there. So like it wouldn't be that much on him. You have Kyrie who can score better. You have Cooper Flag who looks like he's gonna be the star of the team eventually. You got a good group of defensive bigs. I don't hate it.
Here's my pushback.
The needle.
I think you make some valid points. Here's the only pushback I would say. I think he would have to be on a roster similar to OKC where there's multiple good defenders that's going to be able to pick up the lack or zero thereof of the defense. I mean, he could get some steals from you, but he has to be lucky with pickpocketing. So and time it right. But I'm just saying there's a lot of defensively you're gonna have to pick up with him on the floor. And yes, offensively, does that make up? Give or take, it depends on who's around him. If he got multiple good defenders around him, I'm not really going to trip in the fact that he's going to be a liability more times than not on defense. Because I got people that can cover it.
I mean, they have AD when he's there, so they have him as a defender. Gafford is a pretty good defender.
Yeah.
They're not a bad defensive team. I get your point. Like they would need to cover a lot, and obviously Kyrie's not doing that. Yeah, I mean, they have AD, who's a great defender when he's on, and then they have some solid defensive pieces otherwise. Like, it's a pretty big group, which, I mean, that was the whole point of the Luka trade, was to get big and get defensive. So I don't hate it. I think the issue also is, like, what do you trade? What would you give the Hawks back? Or what other team would be involved in the trade? Maybe they'd do a 3-way trade. I don't know. I don't think Trae Young has that much value, personally. I think that you're giving, like, maybe a role player and a pick for him. Maybe 2 role players and a pick.
Finances.
Yeah, and his contract is also not deserved. Like, you got to take that contract on. I don't know. I guess that's more of my take. Is I don't think anywhere he goes moves the needle, but he could be a good supporting playmaking number 2 somewhere. Whether that will be the thing that lifts that team up. Like, if Magic, for instance, because Magic's trying to knock on the door to be, like, one of the top teams in the East, hasn't really done that. Desmond Bane was supposed to do that, hasn't really done that. Yeah. If you add Trae Young to that, what does Trae Young do there? I mean, like, he, passes it to guys to lob, maybe passes it to Desmond Bane to catch and shoot. I don't think that makes them a threat to the top teams in the East, though. Like, I don't think that would be the difference between them fucking around with the Knicks, the Pistons, the Cavs, whoever. I think they would stay a tier under, even with Trae.
Yeah, I hear that.
Well, since you wanted to talk a little more about things in the NBA, let's talk about the biggest thing that's happened in the NBA since we talked about it. The NBA Cup. You want to talk about the NBA Cup? Do you know who won the NBA Cup?
I'm pretty sure you're going to let us know.
I am going to let you know. And it was the New York Knicks that won the NBA Cup.
No. Hey, I know the jokes about the cup and whatnot, but if that's something that can help build momentum for the squad, take it. I'm not even hurting about it, and whatever the players decide to do. I know some of them are going to use some of that cup money for good causes and whatnot, but if it builds momentum and helps them get to the end goal of being in the finals and potentially hosting up the other trophy, so be it. I mean, you take it.
Exactly. Well, that's the thing. It's, first of all, they're all wins that go towards our win-loss record. So that's value in and of itself. What it is more than the cup itself, to me, it's proof that, like, the Knicks should make the finals. But the question was always, could they beat the best teams out of the West? OKC, the Spurs, Rockets, Nuggets, whoever makes it. The talk has always been like, okay, the Knicks can beat these other Eastern teams, but can they beat the real conference in the West? We proved that we can. We proved that we can beat the Spurs, because the Spurs beat OKC, who had been on this dominant winning streak. And OKC versus the Spurs has kind of been the story of the NBA right now, because OKC's been so dominant. There were talks that they might break the 73 game win record that the Warriors set. And now they probably won't now, almost exclusively because of the Spurs. So that's been a huge matchup, that the Spurs have been the only team that can consistently beat OKC, and then we beat them. Yeah. So that shows, if OKC or the Spurs end up in the finals, there is proof that we can beat them. So that's huge. That's bigger than the cup itself. It's a statement that the Knicks have a real shot when we make the finals against whoever ends up showing up. And those are the 2 teams that are the favorites to show up.
Yeah, no, because it's so wild that the Spurs just literally been having a Thunder's number, because the Thunder been kicking everybody else's ass. They can't do nothing with the Spurs, and look, the only thing that I'm really gotta get the Knicks pushback on about winning the cup is look. I know they homies. They've been college teammates, and come on, Josh Hart with the in like the thumb in the butt shit. Like what are we on live TV like that? Like
that? No, that's crazy. I rebuke him for that. That is not my homies would never. I don't know what's going on with his homies. He needs
that's what I'm saying. What kind of game? What kind of game with the homies was y'all playing back in Nova? Because I ain't never played no game where we got the thumb in the bro. Because that'll get you squabbled up real quick.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for real. Like Brunson needed to have a talk with him after that. So that cannot happen again.
Hey,
it shouldn't have happened once. It's crazy it happened once.
Hey, Brunson. Hey, if you ain't had that conversation with Brett, now look, I'm just saying, hey man, some things shouldn't come out the locker room, and that was one of them. Like we should have never known about that.
Oh, that's crazy. I like to think it was the first time that he had tried playing. I like to think. That
okay, yeah. You keep thinking that. You keep thinking that. Hey, that was not. But no.
Josh Hart played too much. He plays too much.
Hey, but besides that is huge for the team, though. It's huge for the squad. I think so. Because like even go back to when we played high school ball and you had those tournaments during the season, or sometimes even before the season. It builds momentum. It's just another opportunity for us to get together as a team, as a squad, build camaraderie, build chemistry, and hopefully, let the chips fall where they may. So,
rack up those wins to get to the first seed.
But I will say this: for some reason, I thought Boston was supposed to be bad without Jason Tatum. They ain't looking too bad. They ain't looking too bad.
That's what I thought in the predictions when we did the beginning of the season predictions. I had them making it as the 4th seed, and it's because they're worse without Tatum. Obviously they're going to be. They're worse without the 10 games you were getting with Porzingis. They're worse without Drew Holiday.
Yeah.
But within the context of the East, that still makes you one of the better teams. Like that, it's just the East is just that weak that you can, if you have Jaylen Brown, if you have Derek White, if you have Anthony Simons, you're still, you have you're still one of the better teams. They still have good coaching. There aren't many teams that are supposed to be better than them, even still with that.
It's funny that you say good coaching, because I am willing to concede that I might have been wrong about Joe Mazzulla. He's probably just he's a better coach than I thought. So I thought he was just inheriting a good roster, and he just didn't have to F it up.
No, yeah, I think a lot of people. I thought that too. I think a lot of people thought that, but yeah, he's really managed to keep the ship going.
So I'll give him his credit. I was wrong. My bad. All right.
I did not know your game.
Yeah, I didn't know your game. And now that I'm familiar with it, credit is all yours, sir. And for him to, still sitting at the 3rd seed right now, and it's still a lot of basketball left to be played. So here's one thing I want to say. Y'all better leave Jose Alvarado alone. Hey, he chin checked Williams, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, bro, that was crazy. Bob. Hey, but I will say this: it was nice to actually see an actual squabble in the NBA. Nobody, just doing all that rah. They actually was about that action.
Yeah. No, for real. It's basketball's always better when that's when they let them fight it out. When they let athletes fight it out.
Yeah, fair point, Anthony. Definitely. The Pacers are way off. Their chemistry is off. You could tell they miss Halliburton. Maybe that was some of the things or the deficiencies that he was just covering up of that team. Of just him, not only not necessarily just skill wise, but we also talk about the actual emotional side of it. Him, you know, I guess similar to that Draymond role where it works in that locker room where he's such an emotional leader, brings the juice, brings the energy. That's probably what they're missing with Holly. So
Yeah, and it's I think also the difference between the Celtics and the Pacers is if you subtract Tatum from the Celtics, you still have a good roster, right?
yeah,
Like if you subtract Drew Holiday, you still have a good roster. If you subtract Porzingis, you still have a good roster. If you subtract Halliburton from that team, like okay, you have Siakam, and then you have a bunch of solid role players.
yeah,
It,
but more defensively, I would say than offensively. So where you going to get your offense from?
right, like there's a reason why everybody was like, what? Why are the Pacers in the finals? It's because the team is not full. It's not a super team. It's not full of a bunch of superstars. Even their best player isn't really a superstar. You know, he's as much as I don't like him, I will say a very good player. He is, but he was never going to enter MVP talks. There's a reason why he's never been first or second team All NBA. Like he was just not that kind of player, and
No,
he was their best player.
Yeah, I don't think nobody ever saw Halliburton like that as one of the guys.
Right, exactly. Even Jaylen Brown being a second option, I think people thought more of him than they thought of Halliburton. So,
in the game of pick'em, I'm picking Jaylen Brown 10 times out of 10 before I go Halliburton.
right. So if you have such a loaded Celtics team that gets picked apart to a decent amount, but you still have a good team left. The Pacers is just Siakam, who's not really a number one at all, and then you have a bunch of role players.
Yeah.
And it's an okay team, but really they shouldn't have gone as far as they did last year. Like the roster just was never good enough for that, and you've taken the best player away. There isn't much left anymore.
What's your takes on the Detroit Pistons? Are they for real? They legit? Is this something that's sustainable?
I don't know. The NBA in the early parts of it had a lot of weird wonky streaks that ended up evening out eventually. Like the Bulls looked like they might be something for a little bit, and then that didn't happen. The Trailblazers looked like they were going to be something, and that didn't happen. I don't think the Pistons are for real. I think they will. I mean, they're obviously going to make the playoffs just because of how easy it is. Cade is a very good player. I think his inefficiency is going to become a bigger deal when they're going against better teams. His inefficiency, I think, is going to be an issue. Jalen Duren has been great. I don't think the team is really, really good. I think they are taking advantage of a weak East also, and really on just the power of kind of those two guys. And we'll see what happens when the playoffs start. I don't see them taking damage in the playoffs. They might seed high in the regular season. They might be the 2 seed. But I think they might end up being a one and done again. Maybe they'll win a playoff series, but like I think their ceiling is kind of there. And like even that would feel like a pretty big deal.
I think they need another shooter.
Yeah, I think so too. The offense is so much on Caleb all the time. Not Caleb. Cade.
Yeah.
Cade.
And when you bring up his efficiency part, my thing is if he's having an off night, especially because there's going to be a lot of teams defensively that's going to shade their coverage towards him, and they're going to throw everything at him because that's how you're pretty much running that offense. Who's your other option that can go get a bucket? Like that's why I think they need another shooter. Because you gotta take the pressure off Cade. Because he's actually starting to turn himself into a solid two-way player too, because he's going to give his effort on defense too.
Yeah.
So my thing is I want him to have his legs on there when by the time we comes to crunch time. I don't need him gassed out, and especially if he's not getting his buckets to drop. Like if he's hot, that's another thing. Shoot away, bro. But you know, if their defense is really collapsing on you and you're not getting your buckets, I need somebody that can step up and give me at least 25. You know
who I just thought of that I think would be a good move for them potentially to make? Cam Thomas. I know that the Nets have been interested in trading Cam Thomas as part of their rebuild. Right now, he's their best player. He is a bucket. He's a walking bucket. He's been a walking bucket. He doesn't do a lot else, but I think that he would be a good person to have as a number 2 so that you have more offensive versatility. You don't have to rely on Cade as much. He could focus on better shots. And Cam probably wouldn't cost that much in a trade.
Yeah.
You know, it just kind of came to my mind. I think I like that idea if I'm the Pistons. You know, you don't easy low cost addition that really fills a need.
Yeah, I don't think they can stand pat as their form right now. I mean, it looks good now, it's working right now, but there's going to be a point in time, especially when the defense, when the playoffs come, they're not going to just let Cade just get off. It's
Right.
just no way. So you absolutely need somebody that can pick up the weight. So we'll see.
Want to do NFL? Do you have anything else for the NBA?
No, real quick. Trade deadline. If I'm the Memphis Grizzlies, I think you finally pull the trigger.
Yeah, I think you do for sure. The question is to who. Like I've said before, I don't think Ja Morant has that much trade value from my perspective. I think the NBA may not agree with me, but if I'm looking at this guy who's the only small guard, the only first option small guard in the entire NBA that can't shoot, and he's also a constant problem that gets himself off of the court, I'm not trading that much for him. You know, like I'll maybe give a role player and a pick and see where it goes, but you know, I'm not giving a haul for Ja Morant. Like, so I don't know. Other teams are probably going to see it differently just because he brings in so much attention and revenue and all of that, and he is a good player for sure. But who would be the ones to take him, and what would they give for him? What role does he fill for a team if he has shooting?
Yeah, I don't know. It's. I still think Miami is the spot.
Okay.
It's almost similar to Patriots in NFL. Like you just go to certain spots in a certain culture in a certain way that they conduct business and they do it. I just think getting him a Spo, getting him around Riley, I just think.
See, that's what it is. It makes perfect sense for him. The question is, does it make sense for the Heat? And I'm not saying no to that, but I'm saying the reasons for doing it are to his benefit.
Yeah, to his benefit. Now, I think you can still fill up some seats. In South Beach with Ja Morant on that roster, Bam down low, and then you can figure out and kind of fill out the rest of the roster wherever you see fit. But you definitely fill some seats, and then with the coaching acumen of Spo, at some point he would try to, hey, I got the mayor of Wade County. Let's bring him in and kind of help coach with Ja, mentor Ja. Maybe you can bring that in as part of the deal and find some way to get Dwayne Wade on board to help mentor Ja, because Dwayne Wade has always been a midi menace. So
Yeah.
He can teach him that, hopefully. And because that, I'm with you. Ja has to know how to shoot. You can't jump over everybody, bro. That's how you keep getting hurt, because you think you can leap over everybody, and you take these falls, and you're tearing your ligaments and your elbow and your wrist and your knees. And come on, bro, you got to get a midi.
Yeah. No, and my question also is, who does the Heat trade for him? Because I think the answer you would probably give was Hero. But if you do that, how much has your spacing just taken a huge hit? Like, yeah, I think in a vacuum, Ja is the better player between the two. But you bring in Ja, you give away Hero, you don't have a lot of spacing left.
Yeah, and your 3-point shooting would take a hit for sure.
Yeah. So the question is, like, does the team benefit from doing that? Like, I feel like you'd have to do it in a way where you also keep Hero somehow. You could, I mean, you could move some role players. If he's demanding a trade, you could kind of press the Grizzlies and like put him on the back foot, use that leverage of like, he's leaving one way or another. He's demanding a trade, like, now take what we're offering you, or we walk. And see, hopefully other teams will see what I'm seeing and not over offer to ruin that.
Yeah, you might have to bring in the third team for that one if you want to keep Hero.
Yeah, exactly. You'd have to do that. Maybe the Hawks would be the ones to do that with.
And he would probably have to eat majority of their finances to facilitate it, and just be like, all right, we'll eat majority of the contract, blah, blah, blah. Third team, you give the actual talent to Memphis, and all right, we'll keep it pushing.
Right. And, I don't love eating a ton of contract in this situation, but I think considering the way the East is, if you have a core of Ja, Hero, and Bam,
that's a solid 3.
Yeah, with a really well coached team like they always are, and decent role players now, they can
work with.
Yeah, they could seed decently in the East this year. And then potentially for years to come, they could be a low seed to maybe play in team. Maybe with some tooling and some building, maybe they could do damage in a couple of years.
Yeah. No, I dig that. Well, let's transition this thing. Speaking of fumbles, man, this guy right here. Obviously, I don't know the situation. This guy, Stephon Diggs, got himself into some situation.
I love the title.
I don't know how he's going to dig his way out of this one. It don't look good. Obviously, I'm not going to ask you to say any things that could possibly happen, but just give me your take on the situation, because the timing of it is bad. Obviously, going head into the playoffs about to start soon, and you're a 2 seed as of right now.
Right. No, I mean, the story as of now, my information is that he was arguing with his cook, his private chef.
Yeah.
It had something to do with money. She says that he slapped her. Then when they got into a scuffle, he choked her, threw her on the bed, accused her of lying about whatever the money thing was. Obviously, he denies it because, of course, he's going to. I mean, it's bad. The Patriots, he was not on a particularly. What was his contract actually? I think that he was on a multi-year contract. So I remember we talked about it and we were like, that's crazy for someone as old as him off an injury like that. Stephon Diggs contract.
Because I know they ended up giving him an extension after they made the trade. Yeah.
He's on a 3-year. He's on a 3-year with $6 million guaranteed. I don't know. Okay, $6 million guaranteed is not bad.
No, it's 3 years, $69 million contract. 26 of it was guaranteed.
Okay, 26. Wow. All right, 26 guaranteed. It's not awful, but they might depending on how this goes, they might waive him. And from a football standpoint, if you enter into the playoffs with Keyshawn Boutte as your best receiver,
It's tough.
I don't like it. I don't like it. There's already questions over how real this team even is, considering the teams they've beaten. And then you got MVP candidate Drake May throwing a Keyshawn Boutte, and you're going against playoff defenses like the Broncos or the Texans. Like I don't like that. I don't know what they. I don't know. I don't know what they do. I don't think the Patriots are going to want to play him anyway because that's a terrible PR look. I think he's going to take some time. I think they've already said that
He's going to have to. That's PR hell to just keep putting him out there on the field because he's been charged.
Yeah. So, it sucks. They're definitely taking a receiver in the draft. I can tell you that now.
I mean, there's a difference if there was just allegations and whatnot, but no, he's been charged. So,
they had to have had a basis for charging him.
Yeah, and obviously I don't want to get you any type of trouble, but that's a huge difference in this situation, being charged and allegations, correct?
Yes. An allegation is just someone saying something. Like that's not necessarily anything. For you to be charged with it, the police had to have had some basis, and it doesn't have to be like strong evidence. It just has to be like some basis for them to look at the situation and be like, we believe there's something there to give a prosecutor for them to find validity in this. People get charged and the charges get dropped. That does happen. But the police aren't going. You're not going to be charged if there's clearly nothing. If it's just someone's word with nothing, they usually want to look for visual injuries. Sometimes they'll do investigations beforehand for if there's some sort of camera footage there. It's more than just an allegation. Is it a lot more? Not necessarily, but it's to the point where they do have to take this seriously.
Oh yeah. Because now obviously now you got to fight it. So yeah, man. I
knew that contract was a crazy bad idea. I didn't think this was the reason why, but
I don't know, man. And obviously I don't know Stephon Diggs personally. This is not the first incident he's had. It's like at some point, it's like, you gotta grow up, man. He's not a rookie. Like this dude's been around the league. At some point, you gotta start getting yourself into situations that's gonna mess up your bag. Like you're at the point in your career where getting those bags are gonna be far and few in between, and ain't nobody got time to be taking all that hard-earned money and be using it to fight cases and over some probably some foolishness.
Yeah, no, I mean, like that's the thing. Like, unfortunately, the NFL is not always the best demonstration of integrity. We'll say.
Oh, sure.
And so, like, if this was Minnesota Vikings or even Buffalo Bills,
it's always going to look bad. It's always going to look bad when it's a man putting his hands on a female. It's always going to look bad.
Yeah, exactly. But the NFL has many times looked the other way on that very specific scenario.
Yeah.
Will they do it for an aging wide receiver who hasn't played a full season in a couple of years, who's not one of the top 10 receivers in the NFL anymore?
True.
I don't know if they'll do that anymore. I think if you get waived by the Patriots, you come back looking for a job, you're going to be on 1-year vet mints for, and at best if you get lucky. Like obviously still a good receiver, but they're going to be looking at you to be like a wide receiver too, maybe a mentor. Like they're not looking at you to like the deal of you being wide receiver 1 for Drake May is the best deal you're going to look at in a while.
Oh yeah. And I 1,000% agree with you that the NFL has never been great when it comes to dealing with DV situations. They just haven't. All right, they've been terrible. But I think they're trying to fix that, and especially ever since the whole Ray Rice situation.
Yeah.
And I just think they're just making a more conscious effort to say, all right, we got to really clean up that part of our image, because they're also looking at it is because year by year, the demographic on the women enjoying NFL continues to go up, and so they're going to spin it as saying as if they technically care, but just look at the numbers where the demographics of money being spent, viewership, the women demographic of that are going up, and they're going to want to make sure that, we care about y'all because we love what y'all do for our sport. We love what you do for our bottom line. So that's why you're going to see them do a more conscious effort of trying to take those situations more serious when it comes to, off the field antics involving women. So,
right. That's true. And it's like allegations are like always a thing. Like allegations happen all the time, and sometimes they become something, sometimes they don't. But like I was saying, with being charged, like that means like a servable identification had to be made. Like it's just there's more. Like there's they gotta take it seriously, and they've shown many times that they won't, and hopefully they do better this time. Well, I also don't want to make the assumption that this definitely did happen. We don't actually know anything.
Oh yeah, and because look,
we're talking about taking it seriously, not deciding he's guilty. Just taking it seriously.
Oh no, because I think there's a lot that needs to happen, and obviously, the process has to even go through its process and whatnot. Now, if the Patriots sit him, I can understand why. Because again, that's a PR nightmare I don't want to deal with, and especially that's a distraction you don't want right now for this team going into the playoffs. You just won the AFC East, all right? Knocked the Bills off in the last took 4 or 5 years for somebody to knock them off.
Yep.
So yeah, you want to move on. Before we talk about the playoffs and whatnot, and kind of recap Week 17. Hey man, we were talking about it off air. What's up, man? How you're supposed to tell your Giants to lose that game. Like you're not supposed to win that one. Like
believe me,
lose that game.
I am well aware. And when I saw the Raiders put Max Crosby and Brock Bowers on IR for injuries they had already and played through, I knew what was happening, and I was like, all right, the Raiders understood the assignment. Giants? You're gonna put Theo Johnson on IR? That's not the same. Like that's not that. Put Brian Burns on IR, bro. Like, what are you doing? So I didn't. Oh man.
I don't even know how to tank right, bro.
second year in a row too. And here's the biggest problem with it. Last year, it was because we needed a quarterback. And we ended up getting our quarterback anyway. And things ended up working out. We got a great player in Abdul Carter and also a quarterback who looks like he's probably the best rookie quarterback of that draft. However,
right tackle of the future right there. Bro.
However, the fact that we've done this now, this draft, so the Raiders, if they end up cinching the first overall pick, because it isn't done yet. If we lose next week, which we will, and if the Raiders win against your Chiefs, if your Chiefs do your job and lose to them, then we get our first round overall pick back. But if we don't, the Raiders are obviously taking Fernando Mendoza. Like that, the draft basically starts at the second pick if they end up getting that. So now we have to trade down with a team that's looking to get Dante Moore. Right now, the Jets are the 3rd overall pick.
Y'all should stay pat. This is what y'all should do. Y'all should go get the best left tackle right there. Move Andrew Thomas to your right, and then that's how you keep Jackson Dart from start scrambling his eggs, bro.
No, I don't agree with that. Finding a star left tackle like Andrew Thomas is perfect on the left. I don't want to mess with that. I think ideally what I would do, I would trade down with the team, and I've been mocking this. I would trade down with the team that needs a quarterback, whether it's the Jets, maybe the Browns if they decide to move off Shador, the Rams, whoever, and then I would take Carnell Tate first to pair with Malik Neighbors, and then I would take an offensive tackle / guard, because I think we should re-sign Jermaine Illuminor, but Jermaine Illuminor can play either tackle or guard. So the interior of the O-line is where the weaknesses are. The tackle duo has been really good. Pay Jermaine whatever he wants, and then get the best tackle or guard available with the other first that we get from one of those 3 teams. And then put them at right guard, and then figure that whole situation out. That would be what I would do.
I hear that. No, I just wanted to laugh at that because I'm like, man, what are y'all doing? Like, this is not the time that you go win games. Like,
no, but the problem is, like, if we try to trade with the Jets, because the Jets were the obvious trade option, like, well, they might say, well, fuck it, Ty Simpson's going to be just going to fall into our lap. Maybe we keep all of our picks. Maybe they decide not to trade up one spot. So it's like, okay, now we have to call the Browns. And maybe they are like, look, we have the worst receiver core and O-line in the NFL. That's why Shador has struggled. Let's fix that. We're not going to trade up for Dante Moore. Okay, well, fuck that then. And then we try with the Rams. Now they have two firsts. It's like, hey, give us your 2 firsts. Now we have to go all the way to like 11 or 12.
Yeah.
That sucks. Maybe the Rams would do that. But like the situation's been made so much more complicated now because we did that. We didn't have to do that.
Didn't have to do it.
Haul, bro. We could have gotten a haul for that pick. and now I have to like fucking meekly go around to other teams and be like, excuse me, would you like to make a sale for 2 firsts when we could have had 2 firsts and 2 seconds?
Yeah, man.
And still say it in the top 10 or maybe even 5.
Yeah, I already talked to Andy Reid, man. I had to give him a call and say, yeah, man, hey, man, just look, I don't like the Raiders. The rivalry will ever mean something to me, so I definitely don't want you to lose. But if you were going to lose, make it look good. Don't over there make Geno Smith have a career day and shit. Don't be having I don't mind Ashton Genty having like have a cute little day on 150 yards. Like make it look good. But don't I'm okay because this is the first time in a while you and Patrick that you guys won't be picking at the back of the round. So hey, it's all right. Get up in the front and get some of that good talent. Yeah, I'm with that.
And the Raiders did also fuck themselves out of the first overall pick last year, so maybe they'll do it again too. I mean, your backup quarterback looked pretty good against the Broncos.
Hey, he didn't look great, but I would say that was just because the defense was playing some inspired football, and with
their food,
yeah,
sleep on it.
The refs are the refs. I mean, I've stated so many times
that was a rough one.
The refs, they've been bad across the whole league for a good chunk of the last 5-6 years. And it's just
with a consequential game like that, like Puka's feet obviously were in.
Well, okay. They did show that the ball did separate from his hand. I'm not. I thought it was a great effort from Puka to try to make that catch. That was crazy. Now, there were some other calls. I'm like, really? But at the same time, everybody gets 60 minutes to affect the scoreboard, and Matthew Stafford missed a wide open wide receiver that he could have walked into the end zone. So Hey, the breaks are the breaks. The refs suck across football for a minute, and it's been just bad. I, it is what it is. What's good, Bobby G? Shout out to the bro, Bobby G.
One thing I guess I get out of that game is I I have spent the whole season being like, I really like this core for the Falcons. I really think the Falcons might be something. All the rookies, both James Pierce, Jalen Walker, Xavier Watts, like they did their thing in that game. Xavier Watts with the 2 picks. That's maybe next year. I mean, we'll see if Michael Penix ends up being the answer, but like they're not a really good group if he is, and if he's not, then whoever steps in there has a good team to work with.
I don't know, man. My man Michael Penix got knee problems, bro, and he's been having for a long minute of his life. So,
yeah. And was throwing sub 60 completion percentage even when he wasn't. So I mean, I love the arm. I love the rockets you can throw, but like you gotta make sure they get where they're supposed to go.
Yeah, I think it might be over. And I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just kind of looking at this realistically. Like, if you obviously have a certain theme when it comes to your body that continues to get hurt, not only on a professional level, now it's happened on the collegiate level. It happened to you in the high school level. I'm like, I'm starting to notice a thing, bro. So, and that's just not me being down on them. I just think that's, certain things that just ain't it. And
it's a serious concern. It
has to be.
They don't have a first, so it's not like they could replace him. But if he gets hurt again next year, 2027's draft, they're going to be looking at another quarterback.
And if they find a quarterback that they absolutely fall in love with, they need to get him this year too. Because I don't think that they're going to solve this by taking what they already have one of the better backups in Kirk. They would be drafting a backup caliber quarterback at their pick, wouldn't they? I'm just saying, like, in this instance, that I would actually get that quarterback as in one that could possibly compete for being the backup. Because at some point in time, even if Michael Penix comes back, are we still trusting that he's still going to physically be able to finish an NFL season now? A guy that has chronic knee problems, I'm literally legit that, like, how we kind of feel how Tua is one hit away from getting his eggs scrambled. I'm at this point where Michael Penix is one knee injury away in a preseason game or week 2 for being in the same situation.
No, I get that, but it's similar with the Dolphins. They have a back. We don't know if Quinn Ewers is going to be anything, but they have a backup. What they need is a quality starter who can win something and actually replace Penix. I don't think they're getting that in this year's draft. Mac Jones is going to be the quarterback, the vet quarterback that people are going to be fighting over, like Darnold was last year.
Mac Jones done himself some wonders.
He caught himself a bag, and I mean, like I think we both thought that Darnold was gonna fall off when he went somewhere else. Like we thought it was all a KOC job. And then that ended up ending up entirely wrong. I think
for the most part, he still shows some Sam Darnold moments.
He does for sure. But clearly, if you look at the Vikings quarterback situation and you look at him, clearly it was him.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, Kyle Shanahan's done it with so many quarterbacks that I think this is an example of the coach, not the quarterback. But you never know, because I'm more skeptical now because of the Darnold thing. The Seahawks are also the team that seems to fix quarterbacks well too. So maybe Darnold just ended up going from one good situation to another. I don't know. We'll see. But Mac Jones is going to be like the bell at the ball. We'll see which quarterback needy team ends up getting him that can't get a starting caliber quarterback in the draft.
Oh yeah. Oh, he definitely. I think he's going to cash in. There's a possibility somebody's going to be able to probably lure Malik Willis out of Green Bay.
Yep.
That's been one of the hot topics about him getting being able to cash in. I don't know if Davis Mills cashed in, but I still got to give him his credit. That man went 3-0 with that offense, and it looked a lot different from what they've been going on
with that offensive line, and he looked better than CJ had.
Hey, it looked a little different. I'll just
no, for real. Like
messenger, baby, don't shoot the messenger.
Uh-huh.
I'm just reporting what my eyes saw. That's all I'm saying.
CJ has looked better in games since then, but obviously the sample size hurts CJ because he's playing more games. But even after that, he's still kind of spotty, and like I think it is the offensive line still, but how much has that affected him habitually at this point? Like, if you fix the entire offensive line, is he just going to snap back into rookie CJ Stroud immediately? It might take time to get him out of that. I got to get the ball out in 0.02 seconds habits.
Malik Willis to the coach next year. I don't hate it.
Don't hate that.
Because it would probably give Shane Steichen something similar to what he had with Jalen in Philly. I mean, still, you got Jonathan Taylor there, RPO, Malik Willis, if he can get his wheels going, and then ask him to only make certain throws, not go win the game, or not mess up the game, I should say, but put yourself in position to win a game. I don't hate that.
Also, speaking of the Colts and their quarterback situation, since it's been a while since I've been on this show, I am fully taking my I Told You So award. I am snatching Daniel Jones. These people watched the Giants go through this whole thing with Daniel Jones, and they did the same thing. They were like, nope, that's all I need to see. I only need to see like 9 games of Daniel Jones. I'm gonna give my next 2 first-round picks. I've seen enough. And lo and behold, he was Fugazi. And, and I was right. I seen that shit with my own eyes for 6 years. Okay? Now the Colts have fucked themselves in a situation where Daniel Jones has a lot of leverage to demand a lot of money from them. They don't have a lot of options to replace him. But if they get a Malik Willis and he ends up working out there, he might be the savior of Indianapolis.
Yeah.
For giving them some way to fight back against crooked Daniel Jones.
That's crazy.
And his crooked agents.
And his crooked agent. That is crazy work. But I mean, that is to really think about it, because I just heard what you the word that you said that definitely caught my ear. You said leverage, and I'm thinking about it. I'm like, if I'm Daniel Jones, I'm like, just look at how the record of the team went when I went down on injury. We went the opposite way. Like, so, the
fact that we were already going that way with me, ignore that part.
I mean, but still, I would leverage the hell out of that. I'm like, no.
No, sure. The crooked agent tactics. I'm sure they're cooking that up right now.
Oh, absolutely cooking that shit up. So. But I hear that. But let's get down to the real nitty gritty. What we here for tonight, man. This playoff picture starting to. It's pretty much set. The only thing that isn't set is those 2 division winners who seem to not want to win it and outright just dominate it. As in Baltimore and Pittsburgh, neither one of them want to win the damn North. And then you got Carolina and Tampa Bay, neither one of them want to win the South. So
there's also Seahawks 49ers, which
that kind of determines number 1 seed. Yeah.
Yes. three consequential potential, three consequential games / groupings of games that could set it up in a different ways. But every team that's in the playoffs at all, except for the Bucks could possibly get themselves into the playoffs, but it would take them winning and the Panthers. I think the Falcons also need to win for them. The Bucks win and the Falcons win. I think that's what gets the Buccaneers in. If only one of those things happens, the Panthers stay in. I think it's something like that.
Yeah, some kind of weird scenario.
Yeah, something like that. The Steelers Ravens is just straight up.
Yeah.
And then I don't remember what the Seahawks 49ers situation is, but like one of them could end up the first seed. I think it's another, like, if the Seahawks have the advantage, but like a couple of games could go away where the 49ers get in. Something like that. And I mean, like, I sent you my playoff predictions. We already have some of the matchups lined up. Who do you like? All right, so let's go to it. Let's go. Who do you like in the playoffs? Let's just start there. Who do you like in the playoffs? Who do you think are the teams we should take serious, and who do you think are the Fugazi teams?
Definitely. I know we've been putting a lot of pressure on Buffalo. Man, they're gonna need a miracle to make this thing happen. I'm just being honest, because I straight up said that, like, this is the year that you got to win it, especially if Lamar and the Ravens don't get past Pittsburgh on Sunday, and they're eliminated. There's no Burrow, there's no Patrick, so your typical roadblocks are not there, and they can still beat the Patriots. Getting past Denver and Houston would be a tough time if they had to match up with them, because those defenses are legit, and that's the best time to have those type of situations on defense that can dominate the football game is in the playoffs. And so you would literally have to have a Josh Allen put your cape on type of performance, because people are going to key in on James Cook. They're not stupid anymore. I'm like, all right, when James Cook gets going, he's the engine to that offense.
Right.
And so they're about to stack 8 in the box from here on out. All right. And they're saying, all right, Josh Allen, you think you Superman? Go do it. Go do it. And I think that's a lot to ask for, because that defense is not good for Buffalo. Mm-hmm. And
the rushing defense isn't good.
Oh, but trust me, if
the pass defense is the top of the league right now.
That may be the case, but if you run into
I think a lot of that is also influenced. Like, if teams are rushing on you a lot, they're not going to do a lot of passing against you because they don't need to. Like, that plays a role into it for sure.
All right, so say they get up against New England, and then all of a sudden Travion Henderson and Ramondre Stevenson get going, and then I got Drake May. All he has to do is, it don't even matter if it's Kayvon Booty's out there. I just need you to get open, and because he's been accurate as hell. So the running game opens that up, and that's going to be Drake May will eat that up. That'll even make Bo Nix look like a competent quarterback if KJ Harvey gets going, and then all of a sudden all he has to do is play action and bootleg, or Marion Hampton gets busy with the Chargers. That's not if Buffalo's defense was more competent and looked more presentable, obviously with Ed Oliver being hurt, that makes a huge difference on the up front. That's why they've definitely been struggling against the run, because he's not been there. And asking him to be Superman as a 7th seed, all on the road.
It's a lot. It's a lot for sure. Okay, so if you want to if you want to put up the picture that I sent you on the screen, so we can kind of look at all the teams and the likely matchups. I filled in my predictions for week 7, but you know, I more or less just went with the favorites just to make it easy for us to look at.
Yeah. But actually, just kind of looking at the AFC, me and the homies were joking about it on the Chief podcast earlier today. Hey man, they gonna miss the Chiefs, but I really think y'all gonna miss the Chiefs. Y'all talking about us and working on our downfall, but y'all gonna miss us because this AFC is looking kind of boring.
No, and that's the thing. People don't really know what they want a lot of the time when it comes to sports, because when there's a dynasty that's on top and winning all the time, people hate them. But when there isn't one, people seem to hate that too. Like in the NBA for like years, the talk was like, well, it's always different winners. You know, there's not like a main character of the NBA, and people didn't like that. Now OKC's kind of become the main character, and people don't like that either. So people don't know what they want. People are just mad at whatever the current thing is. That's kind of always what it is.
Hey, they can hate it. They can hate it all they want. At the end of the day, you don't even. Like, come on, man. Just watch when these playoffs get started. Y'all gonna be like, man, it's something missing on this AFC side. It just don't look right. And
no, I mean, like we got what Bo Nix, Trevor Lawrence, like other than Josh Allen, Drake May, Justin Herbert, possibly Tyler Huntley, and CJ Stroud. You know, like it's there's not a Patrick Mahomes in there, and that you do miss that.
And I will say this, I would okay, so say Pittsburgh wins this game. I would lose my mind if all of a sudden Aaron Rodgers decides to turn back the hand of time and go on a crazy playoff run. That would be crazy.
It would be.
But I don't see it because that defense is not good.
The defense isn't good. They also don't have DK Metcalf, and he was their only good receiver. And so that's why I predicted the Ravens to win this. I think that Aaron Rodgers throwing to MVS and Scotty Miller, that's just not anything.
And
like,
a whole bunch of tight ends.
Yeah. Even if it ends up being Tyler Huntley, the most recent evidence we have would suggest he might be better than Aaron Rodgers in this current state. So, and he's on the roster is probably a better roster right now. You know, the defense has gotten better since like the second half of the season. So I predicted the Ravens win this. Lamar is also day to day, so he might even come back for this, which is why I had them. If Lamar comes back, if they win and Lamar comes back, I think they can beat the Texans. If it's Tyler Huntley, then I would have the Texans winning that.
I don't know. I don't. Hey, a wounded Lamar Jackson against that defense, I don't know.
Well, assuming Lamar is ready to come back when he comes back, because if he's still playing hurt like he was when he came back the first time, then yes, I agree. The assumption there is you're getting Lamar back and he is actually ready to be there. But if that doesn't happen, then yes, I would take the Texans.
Yeah. I don't know. For me personally, man, I actually kind of think that Texas might be the representative out of the AFC.
Okay.
And only reason why I say that is because when you got that defense that is so dominating, like they actually go out and score.
Yeah.
They take the ball away and they actually score. I haven't seen that defense pick sixes, fumble recoveries, and they turn it into actual points from them. And like I said, I don't know if it's Davis Mills or CJ Stroud might make this offense look a little bit different, but I'm just saying, like, your man held it down and gave CJ Stroud that opportunity to sit out and get healthy, and mend some of those injuries he was having. So I I like the Texans at the AFC as if it's looking right now. I trust that defense, man. To just just say, hey, offense, man, just if you give us 2 touchdowns, that's perfect. If you give us one, we can work with it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all y'all need to give us.
My concern is now that you're in the playoffs, from the offensive standpoint,
Yeah, you need something. I hear you. I hear you.
and their offense it's been basically black or white. If you look at games against defenses that have a substantial pass rush and defenses that don't, if they're a defense that doesn't have much of a pass rush, then CJ Stroud lights them up. Like it's old CJ Stroud again. If they have even an above average pass rush, then he shrivels up.
Struggles. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
I think the Ravens aren't like a fantastic pass rush team, but they've become a solid enough defense. I don't know how much I trust the offense to work through them now. It's tricky, I guess.
I hear you.
It depends so much on what defense they end up going against.
Oh, no doubt. Because trust me, your concerns are definitely the same concerns I share when it comes to making that pick of saying the Texans. I'm just still where everything kind of I guess supposedly changes in the NFL. They give me that old school like, yeah, we're gonna muck it up because our defense is just that nasty. Old school defense wins championship type of team. It just kind of give me that feel as right now, because
not the Broncos, because the Broncos are kind of the same team in a sense.
I can't lie, man. When Sunshine went into their building, man, and he cooked them. He went in there in their house and he put his feet up on their table, ate their chips, and smacked that girl on the backside and said, "Hey, go make me a sandwich." And Trevor Lawrence made himself real comfortable in their home.
That's true. And now that we brought up Trevor Lawrence, I think we also have to recognize we might have both been wrong about Trevor Lawrence.
Nah, I ain't coming off that hill.
Okay.
I will give credit when credit is due. You had a good season. It definitely went into the direction that I think a lot of people were expecting of you when you first got drafted. And you've had some seasons where the turnovers are just bad and the decision making was bad. I think that, not taken away from Trevor, because I don't want to look like a hater, but I'm also giving credit to Liam Cohen, the coach.
Sure.
Because for him to be a rookie coach and to have this turnaround is absolutely crazy. I don't know if it just that's probably what it needed to happen to unlock Trevor.
Yeah.
I don't know. Also give the general manager his props, getting Jacoby Myers. That was probably one of the, now that you look at it, one of the best trades that ended up happening at the deadline.
Yes.
And they already gave him the money. They said, "Yeah, we've seen enough."
Right. No. Yeah, it's true. And so, like, the first year was the Urban Meyer year, and nobody wanted to give that as like an indication of what Trevor actually is. The roster around him was bad, and Urban Meyer was your coach. No one can evaluate that. Then you got Doug Peterson, and then the first half of the year he still sucked, and then the second half of the year he went on that monster run, won the playoff game that he threw 4 interceptions in, but he did come back and win it.
Yeah,
looked good against the Chiefs, and then people were like, "All right, this is the guy." Because people do get draft brain. People get very attached to someone's draft position as how much of a chance we're going to give that player. And because he was heralded as the next Peyton Manning, everyone was willing to give him a lot of chances, even when he did not deserve them. And then the next year he was awful. And then the year after that he was awful. And he also got injured a lot, but he was pretty awful within both of those years.
Oh, yeah.
And Doug Peterson, who was the coach who made Nick Foles and Carson Wentz Super Bowl champions, I don't really want to hear it. Like, I just don't want to hear it. Brian Thomas Jr. looked like a star last year, and Trevor Lawrence still sucked. Now Brian Thomas Jr. is bad, and ironically, Trevor Lawrence is better. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's anything, but
I don't know what happened to BTJ this year. I don't know.
Yeah, the talent was always there. It was just a matter of him actually showing that he could turn the talent into something, and it looks like that may have finally re-clicked. And yeah, Liam Cohen deserves a ton of credit for that. He's definitely going to be one of the finalists for Coach of the Year. He's in a pretty tough race with Shanahan, Ben Johnson, and Mike Vrabel for that. At least those three. But yeah, he's done a fantastic job with this team. And they also have a really good defense. So now you have a really good defense and a really good offense. They could do damage. I don't have them doing damage because I'm not sure how much I believe in Trev yet, and because he's going against Josh Allen. But and I could end up being wrong about that. They are probably a more well-rounded team at this point.
I just got to see it. I just got to see it in the playoffs when it matters, especially when it comes with Trevor, man. I don't know. I just got a feeling that he's, the fancy, carriage is going to turn into a pumpkin. It comes to play. I just got a good feeling. I'm not sure, but I will give the respect. Especially down the stretch of the regular season, they've been doing their thing, playing, some damn good football, getting some crucial wins over good teams. Especially that Denver one. I was like, whoa, okay.
Yeah, putting up his great numbers against really good defenses.
Yeah, and that speaks volumes. So they did get after him. They got their sacks, but he said, "All right, I'm gonna take this licking and keep on ticking." And because they beat him up, but he stood tall and came out pretty much came out the Lions den like a motherfucker and won first. NFC. Go ahead, break down your NFC side of that bracket.
All right, so I have the Seahawks keeping their first seed and the Panthers keeping their spot. I know that the Panthers beat the Rams. I know that did happen in real life, and we did see that. I do not believe that that's going to happen again. I know that the Rams have been weird when it's gotten to the NFC South.
Yeah.
But I'm not betting on that to happen again. So, Bears, Packers. The Packers are just too depleted. I don't know if the expectations Jordan Love is coming back or not. But even if he does, they don't have Micah Parsons. They don't have Zach Tom. The Bears are just a better team right now, and they're also hot. So I know that they lost, but sometimes a team being hot or not isn't a direct correlation with their record. Sometimes a team just has that energy, and I think because the Bears haven't been the NFC North champions in so long, even in that really close loss against the 49ers, I still think they looked hot. It was one of the losses where you don't feel bad about it. Mm-hmm. The Eagles, who's that on the bottom? The 49ers. This one really could go either way, but I just can't. And I know that they keep proving me wrong, but it's really hard for me to look at the 49ers with all of their injuries and pick them to win games. And is that fair? I mean, despite the fact they've been doing it, maybe not, but the Eagles have had one of the best defenses in the NFL. The 49ers defense has not been good, largely because of those injuries. Yeah. I know Brock Purdy has also been hot. He's been on a fucking heater. 2 back-to-back 5-touchdown games is crazy. And CMC has been a monster, arguably. Some people talk about him in the MVP conversation. I think you can say that. But I don't think it's going to be enough against this Eagles defense. And I think even though the Eagles offense has been bad, I think the 49ers defense is not going to put up enough of a challenge. This might make them look better than maybe they are.
Eagles defense being bad has been an understatement. That has been bad to watch at times.
Yes, it has been for sure. But I mean, who on the 49ers defense is going to stop them? Alfred
agreed.
Collins, like
agreed. But I'm just saying, you look at the names that they got on that offensive side, you like, this shouldn't be happening. Why this looks so bad?
Yeah, it absolutely shouldn't.
And
that's why
unexplainable things all season. I don't know how to explain this one.
and that is why I maintain my pick from the beginning of the season, my hottest take of my playoff picks, because I have it again, and it's going to happen in real life. Bears, Eagles. When everyone called me crazy, when I was like, I think the Bears are going to be so good that they end up beating the Eagles. The Bears have beaten the Eagles this year. Everyone called me crazy. Y'all laughed at me. And now we're going to see it again. There's a good chance we're going to see it again. And I think that the Bears are going to win this one. The Eagles offense is just that bad. And the Bears offense is really good. Caleb has looked great. The running backs he has, both of them have looked great. That offensive line is great. I think they're going to take that one. And then what I have the other one, Rams Seahawks. So they split the series, and this is entirely just both top to bottom rosters are great rosters, but I trust Matt Stafford more than Sam Darnold. So
that's fair.
There you go. Who's going to blame me for that? Seahawks fans and probably nobody else. And then I have the Rams beating the Bears because the Rams are just the better top to bottom team. They don't have a lot of weaknesses. They just have the weird fluky losses, but everyone has weird fluky losses.
Yeah, those fluky losses. I actually think the Rams come out the NFC. I actually think if I was to go to Super Bowl prediction right now, I would probably go with the Rams. Love what they do on defense. Are they the best against the pass? No, they're solid against the pass, and they're probably more suited to play better defensively against the run. They get after it. They're definitely physical on the defensive side.
Yeah, they don't have the best secondary, but when they have as good a pass rush as they have, then it's not as important.
Yeah, and on offensively, I love the running back, like Corum as their backup, and then Kyron Williams as it started. Love that combo. Puka and Nakua. Love that wide receiver combo that he's been having with Devontae Adams. Obviously, smart move letting him rest and get healthy. Because I think he's going to be crucial for them down the stretch if he's able to get back on the field. I just love what they do. Them in Seattle, I think, of course, the two games that they got, they had two good games, but it's because they're similar. They are similar teams, kind of built the same way, where they both got two good running backs, and they got some studs at wide receivers, and they get after it. But like you said, I trust Matthew Stafford way before I would Sam Darnold. He hasn't earned it. He hasn't earned it yet. He hasn't proved it yet. Right. And that's even when he had a good season with KOC and Justin Jefferson last year.
Right. And if you look at the two games between them, the game that the Seahawks won was down to the wire, down to the very last play of overtime. In the other one, the Rams one, Darnold threw 4 picks.
Yeah.
So like if you're looking at their past matchups, I think that does suggest that the Rams are the better team, because even in their loss was so much closer than the Seahawks loss. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that does suggest a certain level of stability that the Rams have that I don't trust that the Seahawks have yet.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. But other than that, man, I'm with you. San Francisco, like you can't keep like hanging on by a thread with these injuries on the defense because you're gonna run up against a good offensive team and they're gonna put some points on you. And asking your defense to get you some stops is kind of hard at that point when they've been giving up the cheeks all damn game. Green Bay, I 100% agree. The moment that Michael Parsons went down when he's knee injury, I said, well, there goes your Super Bowl aspirations down the shitter. I just thought he was just that too much important in what he was doing for that defense, and it reverberated to the whole team. And now that you add Jordan Love, who's having injury problems, like, oh damn, star defender, QB1. Okay, all right. So the chinks in the armor starting to show, and it's unfortunate. It was looking real promising for the Packers this year. It really was. The moment that knee went out, there goes your Super Bowl aspirations too. Sorry, it's just the breaks. Panthers Q story. If you hang on, even if it was the Buccaneers, I don't feel good about the Buccaneers this year.
Yeah, they had a wild collapse once Baker got hurt. Like the team, it just looks so different now.
And I think he's still been playing hurt, and he's just.
Yeah, you could tell. Like it's the same thing with like Lamar when he came back. Like his throwing mechanics are just clearly different. They're just clearly not functional NFL mechanics right now. Like I think that when he is healthy and I think he'll be fine. I don't think it's him, but like just like with Lamar, like he just can't throw the football like he had been doing at the beginning half of the season.
Nah, no doubt. Bears, I want to believe. I want to because I don't mind people proving me wrong. Caleb's been having a solid season. He really has. But there's moments where I'm like, he's gonna do. Can he make that clutch moment? Because that game against the 49ers the other night, I'm like, man, he's fought and got us in that position in this moment, but he couldn't close the door. I don't know. He did his best to extend the play. Maybe if he just saw the whole field, he had DJ Moore just literally camping out all the way down at the very bottom. I mean, I get it's a crazy throw. He was trying to make it best what he could. I won't put that whole play on him. You got to find a way to take advantage of a beat up defense in that red zone moment right there.
Sure.
But it is what it is. Hopefully that's something that him and Ben Johnson can get fixed coming into the playoffs. But still, we talk about Sam Darnold need to prove it. My man Caleb has to prove it.
He does, for sure. He does have to prove it.
That's just the breaks. I mean, this because I think this will be his first playoff appearance. So, are you going to fold on the playoff jitters because your first time being here, or you're going to shine? This is a pressure moment. You're either going to burst like a pipe or you're going to shine like a diamond. The defense is solid enough that they create a lot of turnovers, so that can help. If they can do that and give Caleb some extra possessions to get his mojo going, that can help too. But lean on that running game that's been great for them because they got two solid running backs that's been playing solid this year.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It really shows the value you can get in like the lower parts of the draft on running backs, like Manungai.
Yeah.
Where did he come from? And
he's
really good for them.
Oh, he's been crucial for them this year and helped spell DeAndre Swift. You don't have to beat his body up because he's been having some injury problems since he's been in the league.
And Johnson does love his running backs by committee.
Yeah,
The Swift Manungai 1-2 punch looked really good.
It has absolutely has. So, uh, as much as Philly, I would be shocked if they somehow just like, we've been messing with y'all all season. We've hit the switch offensive. Let's go score and give this elite defense a Super Bowl caliber offense. At that point in time, that'd be crazy. But I don't see it because there's no way you can just say all of a sudden you hit the switch and yeah, we were messing with y'all. No,
I mean, we saw it 2 years ago, like when the Eagles were going through a similar funk.
right.
And they fell apart immediately in the playoffs. Now, I don't have them falling apart immediately, but that 49ers team could be the ones to pick their bones even. They may not even get to the Bears because it's kind of that weird situation. But unlike 2 years ago, 2 years ago, the Eagles were losing to everybody. The Eagles had like one win in the second half of the season. Yeah. They're still beating good teams now. So that's why I was like, I can't have them just immediately fold as much as I'd love that.
Nah, I get that. But yeah, man, what's your final predictions that you got for the peoples right there? Super Bowl.
That is Rams versus Bills with the Rams winning the Super Bowl.
Damn, another heartbreaker.
Yeah. But at least they get there. Like it's the year, like they have to get there this year. Even if Lamar gets there, he's going to be playing through injury. He's not going to be that Lamar. And then everyone else that you're going up against is unproven. Like you are the by far most proven quarterback in the AFC playoff bracket, aside from Lamar, who's playing through an injury. You just gotta figure it out and get there.
No, that's what I said. If not now, then, and I still don't think they win it, but I can't see them just even getting to the Super Bowl right now. Even though I think that the pressure is on them, and especially on McDermott to make sure that they get to that Super Bowl. So that's my opinion. But hey, man, this was fun, man. Felt good to get back in the swing of things, man. So
before we get off, do you want to at the Hall of Fame finalists? Do you want to just cover that quickly before we dip out?
No. Let's save it for next week because then because I want to go more in depth about it because I know we had the conversation a few weeks ago and how it all shaked out. I definitely want to kind of bring that back into the fold of the conversation. So we'll say that for next week. So
all right, that works.
Yeah, man, that was great, man. Appreciate everybody tapping in with us. Y'all know what it is. We're gonna get back in the swing of things. Hope everybody had a fantastic holiday time. New Year's is right around the corner. Do us a favor, please be responsible this New Year's. No drinking and driving. Driving intoxicated, inebriated, don't matter. Let's you leave the house in one piece. Let's get back to the house in one piece. You did. So as always, if you need audio needs, you can holler at the homie Randy Weber on Instagram. That is the Panther on Acid. Other than that, y'all know where to find me, Casey Wildcard Mar, on the Twitter, I.O.W Sports Network, the YouTube channel. Like, share, subscribe, hit that bell notification. All right, that's what we got going on. But until then, on behalf of the my light-skinned assassin, that is Drake Jiggy.
No, we need a better light-skinned. I do not claim that light skin.
My bad. No, man. Randy's gonna kill me for that. No. Hey, man. That's Randy Weber, man. Welcome, Mar, man. We out, man. Hey, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. I'll let y'all, man.
Yeah. Solid Hill TD, yes, what's up? Yeah, come on. I.O.W Sports Network, late night edition. Let's go. Come on.
We about to raise the bar. Wild card mark. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card mark. We